Okay, this is day 9 of the demolition process for the bedroom remodel up here. We're going to be getting the walls out of here. Finally, we're opening the floor plan back up and getting this to one big room like how it originally was in 1959 when this house was built. This was one big bonus room and there weren't any closets or bathrooms up here. We're going to bring it almost back to that point where this is all one big room, and that's going to be our blank canvas that we're going to construct our bedroom and bathroom in. So far I've been releasing one video per day of the project. I'm trying to decide, I have a few more days of just kind of minor demolition stuff. I've got one more wall of drywall to take out and then a lot of cleanup, getting stuff in the dumpster, vacuuming. I have footage of that, but I don't know if you guys want to watch me do all of that. So let me know if you want to see all of that or if you want to move on to the construction stuff. So depending on if anyone comments and says they want to see that or not, I may just move on and get to the construction. I really can't wait to start releasing videos on putting together the framing and doing the plumbing up here. Right now when I'm recording this intro, it's about a month later than when this video was recorded. So I'd love to turn the camera around and show you what it looks like in here, but you're gonna have to wait for some more videos to come out. So let me know if you're ready to move on to the construction or if you wanna watch me go through every step of the process. Shoot me a comment, just say construction or say more demolition and let me know. Now on this video, we've got one more wall of drywall to knock down and then it's time to get all of the framing out of here. But before we can remove the framing, we've got to get all the electrical cables that are running through it and attached to it out of the way, which all of those are still hot right now. So we've got to turn those off and get them removed, which is tricky because the electrical cables that we need to get out of here are on the same circuits as all of the lights that are in here and everything that I'm using to work up here. So we've got to figure out how to separate the stuff that we want to remove from the circuits that we want to keep on during the project. That's what we're going to go through here, is disconnecting the electrical in a way that we can safely turn it back on, even though we've cut through some of those cables. So check that out. I'm going to be working in the dark for part of this video, so this is going to be a good one. It's going to be really cool to see this whole room opened up. All right, it's day 9 since we kicked off this bedroom and bathroom remodel. In terms of working days, maybe more like night 7. It's always 8:30 or later by the time I actually get down to business up here. If this was a full-time job, I'd probably be 2 days in right now instead of 9 days. So far, you know, I've gotten a lot of stuff out of here. The bathroom's pretty much taken apart. All that's really left is getting some more drywall out of here, getting the framing and the electrical out of here. My next step is to take apart this wall. To the left of this wall, the drywall is about 1 inch. Proud of the drywall on this side. What I think happened, I don't think that was originally the case. It does look like this little 2.5 foot wall sticking out here. It looks like this was original. And it looks like there was a wall cut off here. I do want to make sure that's not somehow load bearing. The rest of these walls, you can tell, were just framed on top of the drywall and were not originally here. But this little 2.5 foot wall, you can tell it does go up to the joist and is not on top of the drywall. Anyway, coming back to this, so you can kind of see right here under the shower that there's like these extra 2x4s that were thrown in there. So we'll see what it looks like when I get this drywall off, but I think I'm gonna be able to bump the wall back that inch or two that it's sticking out. So we'll get started with that right now. Alright, so I got the wall open now. You can see what I was talking about. See, there's these like 2-inch strips of studs sticking out here. Okay, so I guess the whole wall is like a 2x6 instead of a 2x4. Yeah, the original stud is behind this. I can feel it, and then here's this added piece to get it out to basically turn a 2x4 into a 2x6. Maybe they just didn't want to go through the framing with the plumbing, so they just brought the plumbing up in front of it and then furred the wall out. Alright, so the next thing is to work on getting these walls that we're removing out of here. And before taking out the framing, I want to get the electrical cables out of the way. And I believe all of this interior stuff is turned off. What I left on is the exterior circuits, which were original, and it's like ungrounded wires, so you can tell it's different. And then this remodel stuff is on separate circuits. So unfortunately, I was able to turn those off and still keep the outside power on, so I can still plug in lights and stuff. A couple of electrical tools that are good to have. So one is this outlet tester, and so this just plugs in and tells you if the outlet is wired correctly, or what if not. You know, it's got all these different combinations on here of what might be wrong. And then, so this is just one way to see if the outlet's on or not. The other, probably even more important tool is this, I guess it's called a non-contact voltage detector, so without actually touching the wires, just from the outside of the wire, if you hold it up to this, when it's, let's see, this is the low voltage and then green is the regular high voltage. So just when you hold it up to the cable, if it's hot, this will beep. It'll turn red and beep. And then it's also, the tip of this is designed to be able to insert into an outlet. You know, if you have a finished wall and you just want to test the outlet, you can see if it's hot with this. What I'm going to do as I'm going around is cut the cable near these outlet boxes and switch boxes. But before I do that, test it with this and make sure it's not hot. Oh, and a couple of options for cutting the electrical cables. So one is just your wire strippers. You know, right down here it has a wire cutter. And then another good tool to have is these nips. So this, you know, is good for all kinds of things, pulling nails out and stuff. But it's also good just for cutting off electrical cables. So that works pretty good. Everything here was turned off with two of the circuits, two circuit breakers. But there's one outlet that is still on. See that? Turns red and beep. So this cable runs up here and up to the attic. So it's probably the same thing that those lights are on. Anyway, so everything else was off, but this one was on. So that's why it's important to check everyone, otherwise there would have been a big pop when I cut through it with this. Alright, so for these last two outlets that are still on, what I'm going to do is go cut the power to the other two circuits that are working in here, make sure those are turned off then, and then I'm going to cut the cable, pull it out, and put some wire nuts on it, and then that'll be safe so that I can turn the power back on, and then we should be good to keep moving. Alright, so we've got the power turned off now, and these were actually on two different circuits. One of these was on the same circuit as the light in here, and the other one was on the same circuit as the exterior wall outlets. And so I just turned both of those off, so that was all of my lights. Yeah, all of the power in here is off now, so all I've got is my little work light here. So just double checking, this one is power's off. This one, power's off. Okay, so now I can safely cut this cable. And then I'll pull it out of the stud here. I still need to get it out of the top plate, so I'm not gonna wire nut both lines. I'm just gonna put a wire nut on the hot side, and hopefully that'll still fit through that hole. Pretty sure that if I put it on both, there's no way it's going to fit through the hole in the top plate. Pretty sure these are for 1 to 3, number 12s, number 1 to 3, number 4. Oh, jeez. Actually went through the nut. Alright. Struggling. I think I was just overdoing it. That's on there, it's not coming off, so I think we're good there. Alright, that's on there. So I'm going to flip those two circuits back on, and then these should be safe now, so we should be good to get the walls out. So I'm just going to double check here that the black one was the hot one. Yeah, should be the case, but who knows what somebody else might have done. Alright, now it's time to get these studs out of here and get this wall out of here. So I think just in case that I can reuse the 2x4s, I don't know, it's probably not super worth it, but I'm going to try to keep them all in one piece instead of, it'd probably make my job easier, just cut them in half and then I can pull the two halves out, but I'm going to try to go through and cut them at the bottom and the top. All at once. Let's be smart about this.
His port awareness is just mind-boggling.
Pretty much same thing, but now with this wall. think the camera battery died at the end there, so it cut out a little early, but you pretty much got to see to the point where all of the walls were down. So that's an exciting step to have it all cleared out and ready for us to build back our own bedroom and bathroom in here. Like I said at the beginning of the video, let me know if you want to see every step till the bitter end of the demolition, or if you're ready to move on to a video of the actual new construction. All right, thanks guys. See ya.